Hey my beautiful peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you with an all signs mid-December 2022 check-in. How are you? I hope you're all well. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope you're looking towards a fantastic time with your friends and your family. But I do want to mention to everybody here real quick here today. Sorry guys, I got to get my cards together if you're wondering what I'm doing. But I want to mention here to everybody the reasoning why I'm doing the all sign kind of check-in video is just to kind of catch up. I know that when I was sick about like 2-3 weeks ago, kind of fell back on a couple of the readings, and instead of wanting to do these on an all individual sign basis, that would honestly push me further back. So this is kind of like a way to catch up, but also it could be pretty fun. So we're going to be using tarot. We're also going to pull out the Kipper deck as well for everybody's readings. The readings are going to be pretty quick. It's going to go from Aries to Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and click over to your sign whenever you guys want to watch your sign, or if you want to watch the video, that's cool too. And I think that's about it. So yeah, they're going to be pretty quick and to the point. Pretty much an intuitive read. I don't think I'm going to go too much based on structure, kind of like whatever comes out comes out. So without a further ado, let's go ahead and begin, and we're going to start out here with the Aries, baby. So let's see what we got going on. What do we got showing up here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What information can I get showing up here for the zodiac sign of Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We did have something fall out, which is going to be the 10 of Swords reversed. We also have here the 10 of Wands, and we do have here the Page of Swords. Interesting. So with these cards coming into play here for you, normally I don't have reversals, but it decided to come out this way. So we have 10 of Swords reversed, 10 of Wands, and the Page of Swords. I do see for many of you guys coming into mid-December, you're kind of coming out of a situation where you've been dealing with a lot of burdens. For those of you that feel like it's been a struggle, if the struggle's been real, if there's been a lot going on and a lot happening, kind of all at once, I think that you're going to start to see that it's not going to be so bad anymore. I feel like many of you are kind of getting your voice back too, is something that I'm hearing, because Page of Swords to me is kind of my card of like hesitancy, where you're a little worried or nervous to communicate. And I think that jumping into mid-December, it's like you're finding your voice again. You're not going to allow these burdens to kind of continue to oppress you, but instead you're going to speak up about what it is you've experienced and what it is you're going through. You're not going to let the situations you've gone through end anything like the 10 of Swords would, right? In the upright position. You're not going to let your burdens be the undoing of you, Aries, but instead you're going to go ahead and stick up for yourself here and truly fight. So I feel like for those of you that have been dealing with a lot of intense energies, maybe mentally, maybe you've just been dealing with a lot physically, it's like I'm not going to let everything continue to knock me down. I'm choosing to stand up here and continue to fight. Now, taking a look here at the Kipper, let's see what Kipper messages we have here for you regarding mid-December 2022 for Aries. Let's take a look. We have here occupation, and we have here message of concern. So some of you guys could be concerned. Maybe your main stressor here at this time has been concerns surrounding your occupation, surrounding your job. You know, that very well likely could be the case here. That's been a big stressor or a big burden for some of you in mid-December. If finances have been the issue though, I feel like this is the time where you're getting more motivated to make more money and to make, but more so take more direct action to take care of your financial situation. So for those of you that could be potentially dealing with financial issues, you're going to feel more motivated than ever in mid-December to really step up and make sure that these issues get handled. So I do see here, if there is financial issues, there will be a resolution coming in here for many of you. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles here. If you've been juggling Page of Cups, you will find something here. You will have a blessing here that comes in here for you. Page of Cups is the card here that's saying that the investments you make will be positive for you and they will bring forth a positive return. So in terms of financial investment, I think that it's going to be a good time here to see change happen for those of you that have been struggling financially in mid-December. So that's genuinely good news. Now, if it's not about finances, if you've kind of just been dealing with life's natural stress, whether that's stress from friendships, family, stress in love relationships and romance, I think that things are going to turn around here too. You know, if you've been constantly battling it out with the people you love, it's kind of like, hey, I don't want this to end. I need to find my voice again. I need to speak up about how I feel. I need to communicate. We need to work on these situations instead of letting them kind of fizzle out. It's about recognizing that you're not going to accept defeat. You know, you're an Aries. You were never meant to be defeated. You were always meant to conquer. And I think that the more you re-tap into that energy and the more you basically tap back into your power, you're going to see how strong you really are here in the second half of December, which I think is really, really awesome. All right, Aries. Super cool message. I actually really like that message here for you. Thank you for tuning in, Aries. I appreciate it. And of course, if it resonates, let me know. And if not, no worries, okay? So We did our Aries here. We're going to go ahead now and jump on into the Taurus. So let's see what we got going on here for the Bull Gang. What do we got going on here for Team Taurus, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout December, well, mid-December 2022. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Taurus? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Having a look here at the first card out, we got here a 10 of Cups, we got here a Knight of Pentacles, and then we also have here the Ace of Swords. So 10 of Cups here, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords for mid-December 2022. I definitely feel here for many of you, slowly but surely things have been improving in a very good and positive way. When you see a 10 of Cups, it's kind of that card of like the ultimate fulfillment, you know? Things right now are going really well, so this can mean that relationship-wise, for some of you that are dealing with romantic relationships, they can be in a really good position. I'm also seeing like a relationship with a father that's becoming strong slowly but surely, especially where there wasn't strength in that relationship that much ever before. This could kind of be the energy for somebody who might have felt like when you were in your childhood or even in your early 20s, it was kind of hard to bond with your dad. And if any of you experienced that, it's like coming into mid-December 2022, there's a change happening here. It's like slowly but surely, like we're getting a lot more comfortable with each other. We're getting a lot more of a more solidified bond. So there could be a bond happening here, a much more deeper bond manifesting here with the father for somebody who maybe didn't have that earlier on. But of course, if that's not the message here for you, kind of like the overall gist here is that you're growing closer and closer towards a lot of emotional stability. You're growing closer and closer in mid-December towards a lot of happiness with something. And that could be literally with anything, you know, whether that be your romantic relationships, your personal relationships, your personal endeavors, your career. I think that you're getting to a space where you're recognizing that you're really happy with the things you have in your life. And that really invokes a lot of gratitude for you, Taurus. I mean, we have here the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is the card of like mental clarity, massive realization. So I feel like for many of you, it's kind of like you're coming to the conclusion and you're coming to the realization that you have a lot of good that's in your life. And as you can see that, you can appreciate it and really see how truly abundant you are. So I think for many of you in mid-December, especially in spite of the holidays coming up here too, it's like with the holidays showing up here, it's a time of gratitude, it's a time of happiness, it's a time of love. I think all that's going to be really magnified here for you, Taurian, okay? So love that message here for you guys so far for mid-December. Let's go ahead and check out the Kipper deck here and see what we got. What messages do we got here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022? Taking a look here at what we have. We do have here despair, and we also have here thoughts. So I do think for many of you, in mid-December 2022, what's going to kind of trigger or more so activate this energy of tapping into a slowly but surely super positive place is due to the fact of what it is you've been thinking about. You know, the despair card paired with the thoughts card kind of gives me the vibe here that you've been overthinking for a while. You've probably been overthinking before December started, but in the month of December, with everything going on, it's probably been a lot for you, especially with Mars being in retrograde at this time and Mercury coming up retrograde soon. So I think for a lot of you, you've kind of just had a lot on your mind. And when that happens, when we kind of get caught inside our head, it can be really hard to see the good things that are right in front of us. But at the same time, it also can show us the good things we have right in front of us, because when we're going through a difficult time of consistent overthinking, all it takes is one friend to reach out to us and tell us they love us. All it takes is one gesture for our romantic partners to make. All it takes is one family gathering to be had. And you can instantaneously feel the love and instantaneously feel different, almost to the point where it says, you know what? Screw all of this despair that I've been feeling, all this pain I've been feeling and thinking about. I do have good things in front of me. Even if it's taken me a long time to realize it, I am starting to truly see it now. So I think that in mid-December, Taurian, many of you guys are going to kind of awaken more to the great emotional connections that you have in life, and you're going to start to cherish them more. And it's not to say that you've taken them for granted, but when you're in your head and you're in despair, it's hard to see the good things. But like I said too, it can take you to a point where it reveals itself to you. The good things reveal itself to you once you get put in those positions to truly see it. So I think that in December, well, mid-December here for you, it's going to be a very fantastic time. It's kind of like awakening to the fact of, yeah, I have good people in my life. I have good things. I have good situations. I'm grateful. I'm happy. I have no complaints, and I'm going to enjoy the love, you know? So I love that for you. That's a beautiful message, okay? All right, Taurus, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Of course, if it resonates to you, let me know down below. If not, no worries at all. So we did Taurus, we did Aries. We're going to go ahead now and hop on into the Gemini, baby. Let's see what we got going on here for the Gemini gang, okay? What's showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Excuse me, throughout mid-December 2022, and we actually ended up getting 2 cards flipping on out here for you. So we got here the Queen of Swords, we got the Ten of Cups, and let's gather one more card here for the Gemini, and the last card here is going to be the Ten of Pentacles. Whoa, okay, Gemini. So let's take a look here and see what's going on with you. All right, Gemini, Queen of Swords here, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Swords here could be a card that kind of carries a lot of trades. It's kind of like the jack of all trades of tarot in a way, because it can mean many different things. But I kind of feel on an intuitive level what this card is saying this month is that this is about becoming more crystal clear with what it is you want, becoming more clear and direct. I feel like for many of you, you might have been possibly in the past in a bit of an indecisive place when it comes towards what you've wanted, whether it was indecision in love, indecision in career, indecision in personal endeavors, whatever it might have been for you. I think that there was a bit of a hard time deciding what you wanted, but you're getting very clear here about what it is you want in mid-December 2022. And I think it's going to work to your benefit, because the more clear you're getting in reference to what it is you want, the more action you're taking, and the more you're starting to see the abundance really trickle down here and manifest. Ten of Pentacles here is a card of massive abundance. It's a card of getting the things that you want. Ten of Cups here is the card of being fulfilled. It's kind of like the byproduct of getting the things you want. You get the things you want and you're fulfilled by that. So I think that jumping into this month, you're starting to become very clear about what you want. You're taking action in order to get it. And the more clear you are and the more direct approach you have in reference to what you want, the easier it's going to be to attain it. The last thing anybody ever wants to do is get themselves stuck in constant indecisive energies, because the more indecisive you are, the harder it is to get moving on the path you want to be a part of. So I feel for you, Gemini, a great piece of advice I can give you for mid-December is, so long as you're direct and so long as you're clear with what it is you wish to manifest, it's going to be very easy to attain it, okay? So make sure you're direct this month. Make sure you take action towards what it is you truly want, and you will see abundance come from it, okay? You'll see it in the results here for sure. Now, taking a look here into the Kipper deck, what do we have for Gemini? We have here the family room, and we also have here the official person. Hello, I like that for you. Some of y'all here with the official person could be getting into something like some sort of, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Like kind of like the justice field. You could be, doing a police test. This could be becoming an ENT, stuff that you would do to help people, service. I don't know why I can't think of the actual word. You guys know what I mean. But you could be getting into some sort of service here to help others, especially with official person coming into play. There is a potential some of you could be getting into some sort of politics. I'm not sure what that's about, but there could be some sort of politic thing or politician thing maybe that some of you are getting into. But nonetheless, though, the official person, this is kind of in reference for me intuitively about making sure you're doing service to others. So some of you guys could be opening spiritual services in mid-December. You could be doing Reiki. You could be doing tarot readings. You could be doing psychic work, anything that you can at this time to kind of help the collective. So for the Geminis that are a bit more spiritual, you could be doing work to help others, okay? Now with the family room coming into play here, when we think of the family room, that's where the family comes to congregate, everybody comes together, everybody comes to have a good time and kind of relax and unwind. I do feel for many Geminis, that's kind of going to be the vibe you're in mid-December. I feel like you're going to be very social. You're going to be surrounded by quite a few people, whether that's friends or actual family members, or even people you consider your family. I don't think you're going to be alone and isolated. It's a time where you're going to be around lots of people that you love, and not just because of the holidays. Leading up to the holidays here is where you're really going to be around these people you love and care about, because you're in a space right now where you're starting to get very clear about what it is you want in life. That's not just talking about love or career. It's talking about making sure that you're direct about who you want to be around as well and what environments you want to partake in. So you're making sure that you're managing your life to the T of what it is you want, Gemini. So, of course, the people you're going to be surrounded with are going to be fun and good people, because that's directly what you want, you know? So if it's not what you want, Gemini, it's not going to be on the table here coming into mid-December. So I think that for many of you, you're going to see a lot of abundance here spike up in your life for sure. Just like I said, take the advice. I think it would really work to your benefit. Of course, if you want to take the advice, all right, you don't have to take any advice if you don't want to take it from me. But I think that the more of a direct approach you have, the more of a likely path that's going to lead you to abundance and whatever kind of abundance you're looking for in mid-December. So try to be as direct as possible. I think it'll really work to your benefit, okay? All right, Gemini, I appreciate you tuning in. Really, really do. Hope you enjoy the message. If it resonates, cool. If not, no worries, baby. All right, so we did the Gemini, rolling on in now into the Cancer. Let's see what we got going on for the Cancer, baby, regarding mid-December 2022. So what do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What information is going to show up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Cancer? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Having a look here at the first card out, we got the Eight of Pentacles. We also have here the Four of Pentacles. And then lastly for you, Cancer, we got here the World card. So taking a look here into your mid-December, let's go on ahead and talk about it. So Cancer, Eight of Pentacles coming into play here for you. I do feel for many of you, there is a lot of hard work that you're investing in at this time. Four of Pentacles here though, I kind of get the vibe here. You're trying to protect something, like you're working very hard to protect something. It could be about protecting an asset. It could be about protecting a person. It could be about protecting a home. I feel like you're working so hard, almost in fear of losing something, is what I'm picking up intuitively. Some of you here could be scared. Maybe right now you're working extra hard because something's kind of making you nervous financially. It could be certain payments, whether that's rent, whether that's car payments, whether that's, you know, anything else like that. Maybe you're a little fearful right now. So it's like, let me take as much overtime as I can. Let me take on another job just to make sure that I'm secure. So it kind of gives me the vibe here that you feel that maybe your security here is threatened in mid-December. And that's the last thing that you want. Taking a look at the World card here, World card is the card of endings or cycles that come to an end so that new cycles can be born. So I feel like you're trying to end this cycle of fear so that you can jump back into being secure. You want to end this non-secure energy to become secure in something in your life, whether that's security within your wealth, security within your happiness, security within love. You just are looking for security. So you're working very hard to compensate for that security is what I'm seeing. But Cancer, the harder you work, it doesn't necessarily always mean that's going to solve the problem. Because at the end of the day, when we are in places of security, it's not always tangible and physical. It's also mental. You know, many people that are the richest people in the world, they don't have the concern about losing money. They don't have the concern about buying anything, paying for anything. And many people would immediately say, well, that's because they have all of this money. But in a way, the way that they kind of manifested this money came from not putting too much of a value on the money that they got. The more that we put money on a pedestal, the more we make money seem scarce, the more we're always going to be the more we're always going to be working harder to chase it. And when we chase stuff, what usually happens, it runs away from us. So of course you can take that little token with you if that resonates to you. I know not everybody's going to kind of resonate with what I just mentioned here, but I feel like we got to remember that security is also mental. It's also a mindset. You know, many people that are rich, they feel secure because they don't look at money as something that is going to be scarce or something that they're going to miss out on or lose. They have that abundance type of mindset. And if many of you guys could incorporate that, you will see pretty much a huge difference. Now, what I will say here for you as well, Cancer, especially with security being a mindset, is especially in love, right? At the end of the day, the more that you choose to trust a partner is the more that that relationship's going to be better, right? If you trust your partner and they trust you, you're going to have a better relationship. You know, if you feel secure with your partner and you allow yourself to feel that way, you're not going to have as much trouble as if if you know you're a little insecure at that time. So I feel here for many Cancerians, it's like you're waiting for this feeling of insecurity to end, or this lack of security to end, because you're trying to protect something significant to you, whether that be a relationship, whether that be your wealth and assets, whether it be a personal friendship or something. You're in full protective mode. Let me work as hard as I can to make sure I don't lose what it is I have. Try to get out of the fear of losing what you have. Try to recognize that no matter whatever happens, you're going to be okay. I think that the more we can tune in onto the fact that the universe is always going to protect us, we're always going to be where we need to be, we're always going to be okay, it's kind of like the more it could put you at ease, you know? As a Cancer, I worry a lot too. You know, I have many worries, whether it be literally anything. And I like to remind myself that when I'm worrying, I need to recognize that I'm tapping into an energy of fear. And what is fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's a reality that doesn't exist. It's just your fears. So I think that it's important, of course, to protect what it is we care about. It's important to feel incredibly secure, but remember that the more you keep trying to do everything you can to make sure that you are safe and secure, sometimes that can make you feel even more insecure, Cancer. And I think that's one of the biggest things to note. So try to be in a place where you can make peace with whatever happens and just note and acknowledge that you're going to be okay. All right, Cancer, let's jump on into the Kipper now and see what messages we have here for you regarding mid-December 2022. Hope I didn't confuse anybody with the message that I pulled here from the tarot. My mind was kind of like scrambling for words to come up with to make it all make sense. So hopefully it made sense here for you, Cancer. But what does the Kipper have to say here for Cancerians throughout mid-December? All right, we got here the false person, and then we have here community. Yes. So false person coming into play here for you is interesting, Cancer. For some of you guys, this very well likely could represent that there is possibly somebody in your energetic field that is a bit of a trickster, or this could be somebody here that's invoking some sort of deception. So be careful of snakes, okay, Cancer? There might be people around you who do not have the best intentions for you. Now, I know hearing that might make some of you feel a little uncomfortable, but this will only resonate to the Cancerians that truly get a bad vibe already about someone in their life. So what I would say, Cancer, is if you're feeling a bit of a bad vibe in reference to a specific person in your life right now, go with what your gut is telling you to do. Investigate, keep an open eye, be observant. Eventually, they will show their true intentions. Now, with false person coming into play here as well, though, this also could represent self-deception, Cancer. So if you have been engaging in self-deception here, jumping into mid-December, just try to be as aware of it as much as possible, and do try to kind of change the energy, because the more that we end up getting invested in self-deception, the more harm it does to ourselves. So if you can become aware that you're potentially leading yourself into an unharmful or into a harmful place, do your best here to kind of redirect those energies. All right. But there could be somebody here who may not have good intentions, and you'll know, okay? If it don't resonate right now, probably isn't the message for you. Now, with the community card coming into play here too, community card here is good. I think that this is more about family than anything. I think that it's a good time to rely on your family for strength right now, Cancer, if you are going through any difficult times. Talk to the people you love about your worries. Talk to the people you love about your fears. Talk to the people you love about what it is you're going through and experiencing, because those people are there for you. You know, as Cancerians, we are always there for other people, but these individuals are genuinely here for you. And it's a good time to let other people give back to you, Cancer, after all that you've given for many and many, many years. So for any Cancerians here that are just really stressed to the max, you're worried about losing something, you're worried about your security, whatever it might be for you that you're going through, don't be afraid to reach out for help if help is needed, but don't be afraid to just talk and let other people in and let other people understand your situation, because they can be there to guide you, love you, give good advice, and most importantly, just be there to listen when times are getting a little bit tough. All right. All right, Cancer, really appreciate you tuning in. I hope those messages helped out for anybody who needed to hear them. I know that might have been a little confusing. I was getting a lot of messages. It's kind of hard to condense it all into one, but thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays to you all, and thank you guys for being here, all right? All right, Cancer, so we finished up the Cancerian. We're going to jump on in now into the Leo, and let's see what's going on for the Lion Gang, baby. What do we got showing up here for the Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, give me 1 second over here, Leo. I ended up dropping a tarot card, so let me just pick it up real fast for you. Give me 1 second. All right, Leo. Oh, and funnily enough, Leo, look at what we got here, baby. We actually ended up getting here the strength card, so not too shabby. You're showing up here in your reading for sure. All right, Leo, so we got here the strength card. Moving along here to 2 more cards. What else do we have here for Leo regarding mid-December? So we have the strength, the Page of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. Hello. I like this vibe for you for sure. All right, Leo, let's get into it. So mid-December 2022, strength card, Page of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. I will say here with the strength card, you're kind of in a place where I think you've been holding yourself back a little bit, especially in terms of, it could be love for some of you. If it's not love though, it could be friendship, it could be work. I don't know what it could be exactly, but I feel like you've been holding yourself back. And you're not doing it because it's not like you're not interested, Leo, but there is a part of you here that doesn't want to enjoy yourself too much. 3 of Cups. So I kind of get the vibe here for you, Leo. It's like I don't want to enjoy myself too much because then I don't want to care too much. And then if I care too much, it makes me vulnerable. And if I'm vulnerable, somebody can snag the lion. You know, that's kind of the vibe that's showing up here for you. It's like I don't want to be vulnerable because then somebody can snag the lion. And the lion is supposed to be the predator, not the prey. So I feel like for many of you here, you have this fear of being vulnerable, or you're nervous at this time of being vulnerable because you can see yourself really, really liking somebody or really, really enjoying a situation. Maybe this is work related. I can really see myself loving this job, but I'm nervous that I won't be any good at it, or I'll get fired, or it's like I really like this person. I can truly see myself falling in love with them. I have a great amount of time every time I hang out with them. I love spending time with them, but like I'm really scared of super duper liking them because if I'm vulnerable, they can fucking hurt me and break my heart. So there is a little bit of fear of having too much of a good time with something coming into the mid-month. All right, let's see what Kipper has to say. What do we got here for the Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What do we got? We got here the Judication card, sorry, and then we also have here the Mature Woman. Interesting. So with these 2 cards coming into play here for you, Leo, I think it's time, similarly enough like a judge, to really take some time to make choices and decisions, okay? Just as a judge has to decide, so do you. Are you gonna let yourself miss out on what it is that you have in front of you, even if you're a little nervous and even if you're a little worried, or are you going to allow yourself to invest into it? Now, with the Mature Woman card coming into play here, this is the card of a person who already knows what it is they want. You know, when you think of a mature woman, she knows what she wants, she knows what she's interested in, you know, she grew up and had all the experiences that she needed to, right? Or that she needed to. So she's kind of in a space right now where she's direct, blunt, knows what she wants, knows what she's looking for. So I think that that's pretty similar to you, Leo. It's like you did everything you needed to do. You grew up, you had all your experiences, you know what you're looking for, whether it's about what you're looking for in love or in a career, you've had time to experience things. And I think that because you know what it is you want, you shouldn't hold yourself back from potentially being able to get what it is that you want, because you deserve it 110%. So with that being said here, Leo, jumping into the second half of your month, don't hold back on what you can have, because if it's there for you, baby, you might as well take it, okay? The last thing you want to do is miss out on something wonderful, especially when it's standing right in front of you. All right, Leo? All right, baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Now, real quick, everybody, I'm just going to take a small break, so I will be right back. All right, now moving on here into the Virgo. Let's see what we got going on, baby. What do we got showing up here for Team Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Regarding mid-December 2022 for the check-in, what do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Virgo? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. We do have here the Strength card. We also have here the Queen of Swords. And then looking at the last card here for you, we do have the 10 of Cups. So Virgo, let's see what is going on here for you. Well, I can definitely say here with the Strength card to the Queen of Swords, I do think that there is a certain amount of things that you're trying to hold back here at this time. I kind of feel like this is about not trying to step into self-deception, not trying to step into a bit of a self-deceptive place, because there is something that is going really good for you at this moment in time, which I'm really happy about here to see for you, because you do have here the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups here is a card that represents that something's going very wonderfully. Something here is going flawlessly in your life. Now, it could be relationship related. It could be love. If it's not love, maybe your career's popping off in a really good place. Maybe you're just really happy with yourself at this time and happy with the person that you are. But I do feel like in the back line, kind of in the, back of your mind here, there is those negative thoughts, there is those worries, there are those fears. And with that being said, you don't want that getting in the way of the good stuff. Okay. So I think that this is becoming apparent here for you. Oddly enough, it's kind of similar to what we just spoke about here for Leo. The Leo reading that I did here previously to you guys, it was kind of like Leo had a great thing in front of them. Don't allow it to, dissipate. Don't ruin the good thing due to the fear. So I kind of feel that showing up here for some Virgos as well. It's like you're doing everything you can in your power to cut out the negative thoughts and the worrying, and you're doing everything you can to hold back from engaging in those behaviors, because it's like, I do have something good here. I'm aware of it. I acknowledge it. I represent it, but I can't help it sometimes because of the things I might have experienced in my past. So, you could have had a bit of a rough past. You could have had, moments in time where things that you thought were previously good could have turned sour. And that's rough for anybody to endure. I've definitely been there, and it's definitely made it very hard for me sometimes to kind of trust when good things are in front of me due to kind of backstabbing moments or intense situations that I've undergone. But what I've learned in life is like, hey, you got to look at every situation in a new and fresh perspective. If you take your past and you throw it into your present every single time, all you're going to get is the same old history. And nobody wants to keep hearing the same old shit, okay? All right, so with that being said here for you, Virgo, don't bring your past into your present. Give your new situations new and fresh perspectives and new and fresh chances, because not everything is always going to be the same, and not everything's going to end up like your past ended up, okay? So with that being said here for you, Queen of Swords here, Strength card here, you're kind of doing everything you can right now to hold back. Of course it's good. I'm glad to see that for you, but just remember, it's like, I can't bring the past into the present. I need this fresh perspective, okay? Now, jumping in and taking a look here and seeing what Kipper has to say. Let's see what's going on here. All right, what do we got with the Kipper for the Virgo? We do have here the Coffin card. Do not be concerned, please. It is metaphorical. The Coffin card's kind of similar to the Death card in Tarot, which just represents endings and transformations. So we have here the Coffin. And for the next card for you, we do have here Message of Concern. Yeah, it's kind of like bury your concerns. Literally, that's kind of as blunt as I can put it, and that's pretty much what these two cards are saying directly, right? It's about burying your concerns and putting yourself into a position to where you can just simply enjoy the present moment. In mid-December 2022, like I already mentioned, I don't know exactly what's going really good here for you. It could be love for some of you, if so, congratulations. Some of you could even be getting married here with the Ten of Cups coming into play here. I might have said Ten of Swords if I said that by accident, my apologies, but Ten of Cups could even be marriage, but you have something good right in front of you. And the more you allow those concerns to pile up, the more it takes away from enjoying what you got. All right. So bury those concerns, put them in the coffin, work through them. One thing I will say is don't bury them in the sense of where you ignore them. Your concerns are valid. You're allowed to feel the way you feel. I definitely want to make that a known point, but try to reassure yourself as much as you can. Recognize that the concerns you have are coming up from the past. They're coming back from the dead from what it is you've previously experienced. Your new situation is like new life. It's not something that's coming back from the dead. It's a brand new experience for you. So let the past be in that coffin. Let the old concerns be in that coffin with the old situations and old people you've dealt with, and allow yourself to have this new fresh perspective. All right, it's really going to work to your benefit if you do so, okay? All right, Virgo, thank you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully the message resonated to you. Of course, if it didn't, no worries, but thank you for tuning in nonetheless, okay? So let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the Virgo. We're now going to go ahead and jump on in to the Libra. So Libra, let's see what's going on here, baby. What do we got showing up here for the Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What do we got showing up here, please, for the check-in for the zodiac sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. Having a look here at the first card out, we got the Two of Cups. We also have here the Two of Swords. And then we have here the Judgment card coming into play here for you as well. So Libra, let's see what's going on here for you. Well, Two of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Judgment. Having to make a choice here on whether or not you kind of want to forgive and forget. I think for many of you, there is some sort of conflict resolution that could be coming to terms here for you, setting into the month of mid-December. Maybe somebody here wants to apologize to you. They want to come back into your life. Somebody here very well likely could be asking for forgiveness. Now, do keep in mind, this doesn't have to be a person of the past in reference to love. There could be old friends returning to your life that maybe want to restore a bond with you that they've lost. Maybe even old family members that you haven't really chatted or conversed with in a while that want to come back into your life and regain that closeness again with you. So I do feel here strongly that you're kind of at a little bit of a standoffish energy. You're not sure whether or not you want to forgive and move forward with someone, but I can see that that's somebody else's intentions in your life. So this is going to be a time where it's like you kind of have to really go deep within and ask yourself, is this what I want? You know, the deeper you go within yourself, you're going to find the answers that you're looking for. Even though right now on the surface it might seem like you're indecisive, you'll truly know what you want if you really reflect and take a deep look within here, jumping into mid-December. Now, what I will say here for you, Libra, is I do kind of feel a lot of genuine energy. I don't feel, particularly off this person, anything deceptive or any sort of bad intentions, but that's just what I'm personally feeling. And of course, what you choose and decide to do is completely up to you. You don't have to follow through with anything that I mention or say. But I get that vibe here that somebody here is being pure and genuine. I think that they really do want to reconnect with you, and they do want to be on good terms with you. They want to regain a bond or regain some sort of closeness here again in mid-December. All right, let's go ahead and see what Kipper has to say here for the Libras regarding mid-December 2022. So what messages do we have here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. And what do we got? We got here unexpected income. Love that for you. And then we also do have the despair card showing up as well. Well, let's talk about the good thing we see here real quick, which is going to be the unexpected income. So just a bit of a side message for some Libras. There very well likely could be unexpected income happening and manifesting and coming to you here in mid-December. So this could be a raise for some of you within the workplace. This could be a settlement if there's been a settlement that's been going on for quite some time. But I do feel like there could be ways of unexpected revenue just kind of manifesting and coming to you. So you might not have expected to make a certain amount of money, but then suddenly you did. For those Libras that do have businesses, this could be really good. The holiday might actually be booming for you. So with the holidays coming up, it could be a time where business is freaking booming and you end up making more income than expected. So if that's the case there for you, really love to see that for you. But with the despair card coming in here for you, this is one that I definitely want to discuss as well. So with the despair card coming in here for you, Libra, I think that in mid-December, many of you are going to reflect on what happened in the past between you and whoever this person is, the individual who wants forgiveness and the individual who wants to be close with you again. You know, you're going to be kind of reminded of the memories that the two of you went through, and it's going to be on your mind. And I think that probably one of the hardest things that you're going through is you're realizing maybe you never really did move on from everything that had happened. And that's why it could be all the more difficult to kind of forgive this person and have a strong bond again, because there's a part of you that realizes maybe there are a couple things that I haven't gotten over. And I would say that you could kind of look at this as an opportune time to really do that healing work if you wanted to. And it doesn't have to be healing work that you need to do alone and by yourself. If you were interested in possibly reconciling with some sort of connection here, romantic or not, if you were interested in reconciling with this connection, you could do the work with the person. You know, you could have those conversations. You could talk about everything you need to talk about. And in a way, it could be a really healthy release here too, jumping into mid-December. So with all that despair that you might still have bottled up, it could be a really healthy way to release it by actually communicating with this person. And it could move into that energy where you do forgive and forget, and you move forward in a better direction overall. So I'm just saying it could be a really opportune time if you did want to regain closeness and regain a bond with this person. It could be a great opportune time to just talk about everything and have that massive release that you might need, okay? All right, Libra, though. With that being said, though, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Of course, do take it if this message resonates to you. If not, it's absolutely no worries. And have a happy holiday to all of you. Thank you guys for showing up. Appreciate it so much, okay? All right, Libra, keeping it popping, pushing, and moving forward. We're going to go ahead now and jump on in here to the Scorpio. So, Team Scorpio, let's see what's going on with you, baby. What do we got going on here for the Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the lovely zodiac sign of Scorpio? Let's see what we got for the Scorps, baby. First card out is going to be a 7 of Wands. Next card out here is the 8 of Swords. And then the last card here for you is going to be the Ace of Swords. So, 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. What is showing up here for you? Well, I can definitely say, Scorpio, 7 of Wands here to the 8 of Swords. I do think that this is about trying to stop overthinking or trying to kind of shut your mind off here in mid-December. You might feel like in mid-December, my mind is just constantly fixated on one thing. I mean, you are a fixed sign, Scorpio. So with that being said, you could be feeling very fixated on something. Maybe you're fixated on something that recently occurred or something that occurred in the past. And 7 of Wands is like, I'm trying to block it out. I'm trying to shut off my mind. I'm trying to turn off my brain. I just want to stop overthinking about this one dang situation. And with the Ace of Swords coming into play here, Ace of Swords is the card here of like, I want to detach from it overall and completely release it and let it go. Well, here's my best advice for anybody that's suffering currently with overthinking or is having any sort of issues with overthinking. Here's the greatest thing to do. First and foremost, let's talk about the don'ts, all right? What you don't want to do is you don't want to try to stop yourself from thinking about whatever it is you're thinking about. I learned this trick a long time ago. If I tell you not to think about a pink elephant, you're going to think about a pink elephant. And the reasoning behind that is because our brain, our subconscious, does not differentiate, however you say that word, because I can never say it, but it doesn't differ versus the conscious mind, right? The conscious mind can hear do not think, but your subconscious, it only hears think about a pink elephant. It doesn't pick up do not think about it. So with that being said, your subconscious, which is 95% of your brain, will always absorb the main gist of what's being said. It's not going to hear don't. It's just going to hear, hey, pink elephant. And that's what you're going to think about. So if you're telling yourself, don't overthink, your conscious will hear that clearly, but your subconscious will be like, overthink, man. Fuck yeah, let's do it. It's a party now, So you got to keep that in mind here, Scorpio, okay? So my best advice right off the bat for you jumping into mid-December is let your mind roam free. The more you try to restrict your thoughts, the more you try to restrict your feelings and emotions, the harder it is for it to actually kind of pass. This is going to be a time in mid-December where it's like you kind of just have to let it pass. Let yourself think. Let your mind roam free. Let yourself feel whatever it is you're feeling, and it's going to pass on its own. All right, I promise you that for sure. Moving along here forward, though, for you, Scorpio, let's take a look here into the Kipper and see what's showing up here for you. So what do we got here for the Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding mid-December 2022. We have here the official person, and we have here imprisonment. So taking a look at imprisonment, this is more along the lines here of mental imprisonment, right? So I do feel for many of you, you could be feeling like you're a prisoner of the mind here at this time, but it would be a good time here for you, Scorpio, as I previously mentioned, to kind of let your guard down and let it all in. The more that you fight, the more you're going to feel like a prisoner inside of your own mind. Now, with the official person showing up here for you, this is interesting because the official person could be represented as somebody who's very proper. When we think of people who are very proper, they don't show much emotion. They tend to be very, not necessarily uppity, but like, you know what I mean? Like a person who's very proper, Think of like a British guard, right? Very, very proper, not showing emotion. They keep to themselves. They're very emotionally contained and reserved. I think that that's kind of representing how you've been, Scorpio. It's like you've tried to be as emotionally reserved as you can. I think that you've shown up to people the way you've been showing up to people as you've been showing up as you're okay, you're good, everything's fine, but it's far from the truth. This is a time to let yourself be as free as you can with what you're feeling and what you're thinking. It's not a time to restrict anything, because the more restriction that you have, the more of a prisoner you're going to feel like, and the harder it's going to be to release everything you're wishing to release at this moment in time, okay? So that would be my best advice here for Scorpios. Of course, if it works for you, cool. If it's not working for you, it's okay. But I definitely would say give it a try, because it's something I really benefit from for sure, and it's benefited a ton of others here too. All right, Scorpio, much love to you. Thank thank you so much for tuning in. It's gratefully appreciated. Have a happy holidays to you all. Thank you all so much for being here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, Scorpio, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Jumping on in now into the Sagittarius, all the birthday peeps, baby. Let's see what we got going on here for the Sagittarius. I want to say happy birthday to you and happy season. Hope it's been going well. Happy Sag season is what I meant to say. I hope it's all going well here for you. So what do we got showing up here for Sagittarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What information is going to be here for the Sagittarian gang? Let's take a look, baby. First card out is going to be the Three of Wands. Next card out here is going to be the Fool. And then lastly here for you is going to be the Queen of Cups. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on, baby. Three of Wands, the Fool, and the Queen of Cups. Usually when we see the Three of Wands, it kind of represents that you're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to manifest. Fool card, though, is kind of a different story. Fool card's more about the action. Screw the waiting, let's just go do this, you know? Screw the waiting, let's just go make it happen. So you're definitely like, I'm not patient enough to keep waiting on something. And I don't blame you. I'm not a patient person either, but I'm also a person too that believes that waiting and waiting and waiting kind of just keeps you stuck and stagnant. It doesn't provide, any good chance of getting to where you want to go. If you take action, that's how you get to where you want to go. So I think that for many of you coming into mid-December here, Queen of Cups, there's definitely something on an emotional level that you're interested in making an investment in. It could be about making a romantic investment. It could be about, though, making a passionate investment into something that you love, whether that be a career of some sort, a path of some sort. There's definitely something that you are pretty emotionally interested in because there's something here that can make you happy. And I think that you've been waiting for far too long. It's like, screw this, I need to become a person of action. And I think indeed you do. I always tell people there is no law of attraction without the law of action, and vice versa. If you want to manifest something, here's the secret. You got to have the belief in yourself, which is the attraction part, believe in what you can do, believe in what you can manifest, and then you need the law of action, which is going out there and getting what you want. So you always got to take action and then have the attraction together to make manifestation happen. So with that being said, no waiting, no holding back. I'm getting what it is I want. And that could be anything, you know? Maybe you're finally starting that business you've always wanted to start. Maybe you're asking that person out that you've always had a crush on or that you've always had an interest in, you know? It's about saying, hey, I've been waiting for life to happen for me, but that's not how life works. You happen to life, okay? Hopefully that made sense. I know that sounded kind of cheesy, all right? But at the end of the day, you're the person that makes life happen, all right? You literally are life when you think about it. You know, you are the universe, all right? The universe moves with you because you are the universe. You move it as well. Okay, moving along here forward for the Sagittarian. Let's see what Kipper here has to say. What has Kipper got for the Saggy? What do we have? We have here a gift, very nice, and we have here the mature man. Interestingly enough, okay, with the gift card showing up, I know Christmas is coming up very shortly for everybody, especially those of you that celebrate, and with that being said, you know, with the gift card coming in here, I do see for some Sagittarians, there could be some specific gift that's coming in that's going to be something like you've never received before. I do get sentiment of this gift. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I got a new laptop. Cool. That's nice. It's not about like getting the best Apple product. None of that. It's something that's going to be so special to you and you never expected to get it. So there's going to be some sort of gift potentially coming in for some Sagittarians that's going to be incredibly, incredibly special. For some of you, it could be I'm seeing a husband coming home. All right, so there could be a husband surprising a wife, vice versa. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about a gift, okay? I can only give so much. All right, so take that and do with it what you will. But we also have here the mature man coming in here for you. And this is a card I like, you know? When you take a look here at the mature man has a lot of knowledge. He spent a lot of his life learning as much as he can. If you can take a look here in the background, as you can see, he has that bookshelf, which kind of like equates to all the knowledge here that's been manifested and all the wisdom that he's learned as the years have went on. So I feel like with the mature man card coming in here for you, Sagittarius, many of you are recognizing like, I've gone through life before plenty of times, kind of waiting for shit to happen. And every time I've waited, nothing's really come of it, you know? But every time I've done something, I've went out of my way to take action, I've seen my life drastically change in a manner that I wanted, all right? So I think that for many of you, you're kind of reflecting here and taking all this wisdom and knowledge in, and it's like, yeah, life ain't gonna happen if I don't move with it, okay? At the end of the day, life's not gonna happen if I don't give it a push. So with that realization, you're not waiting on anything anymore. You're getting what you want, and I'm super happy for you. Be that person of action here, Saggy, okay? All right, baby. Happy birthday to you once again, and happy holidays to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. So we finished up all the Sagittarians, jumping on in now to the lovely and amazing Capricorn. Let's see what's going on with you. What do we got showing up here for the Cap, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next, what am I saying over here, baby? I'm thinking this is a daily reading right now, Capricorn. I was about to say in the next 24 hours. No, this is going to be for mid-December 2022. What do we got showing up here, please, for the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout December 2022? Let's take a look here for you, okay? First card out, Ten of Swords in the reverse. That's interesting. Next card out here for you, we got here the Three of Cups, and then lastly, we have here the Tower. So usually I don't have reversals in this deck, but this one just decided to be reversed here for today. So Ten of Swords reversed, Three of Cups, and the Tower. Now, when you look at the Ten of Swords in the reverse position, it usually represents kind of like avoiding an ending rather than allowing an ending to happen. When we do have the Three of Cups here, Three of Cups is a card of joy, it's a card of excitement, but then we also have here the Tower, which is a card here that usually talks about endings and breaking down a foundation of some sort. So I think that what's happening here that's bringing in a lot of joy for you is because you're recognizing breaking a foundation down doesn't need to equate to an ending. And that's very true. Think about it in this perspective. A boyfriend and a girlfriend don't need to necessarily break up if they choose to change how their relationship is made, if they choose to change the foundation of the relationship, in the way that they both treat one another, in the way that they both decide to function the relationship, right? So it's kind of like, I don't need something in my life particularly to end if change can be evoked. So I think that coming into mid-December, you're going to start to recognize that a foundation here can be changed, warped, and it can turn into something here that's positive. And instead of allowing, an ending to, essentially happen here, it's like we could still be happy, but it's just going to require change. That's what it really is. So whatever kind of relationship this is in your life, whether it's romantic, friendly, family, whoever, this is one of those times where you really care about somebody and it's like, no, I don't want to end what it is we have, but I do know that it's time to restore a foundation, or instead create an entirely new foundation that's going to be really beneficial to the two of us. And I feel like you're going to be happy with the way it turns out. So I don't feel any bad vibes here for you, Capricorn. I genuinely think here for many of you in mid-December, if you're changing a foundation, if you and somebody here are working towards a relationship that the both of you have, I think it's going to be vastly improved in comparison to where it was. All right. So that's great freaking news here for any Capricorns that needed that message. Now moving along here forward into the Kipper, let's see what Kipper has to say. All right. What do we got showing up here for Cappy? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. And what do we have? We have here the card of despair, and we have here the card of judication. I have seen the despair card come out for so many freaking signs today. It is crazy. So we have the despair card here. We have the judication card here. Let's talk about it. With the despair card showing up here for you, Capricorn, I can definitely say you weren't happy with the way that things used to be between you and whoever this person is. That's why the foundation needed to be broken. That's why the foundation needed to end and needed to be restored or become a brand entire new foundation, because it's like, I don't know, man, I just was not happy with the way things were. But I do feel here that you and whoever the person it is you're dealing with have both decided to work things out. As you can see with the adjudication card, it looks like you're at court, you're with a judge. What does the judge usually do? The judge straightens everything out, makes sure that it's a fair trial. So I feel like many of you Capricorns, if you've been dealing with somebody here, both of you have been saying, look, we need a fair way to work on this relationship to where we both can get what we want. All right. And like I've already mentioned to you guys, it could be any kind of relationship. It does not have to just be romantic. So the two of you are like, let's work on a fair way. so that we can both get what it is we want and we both can be happy. And I feel like you're writing it out. You guys are taking notes, you're paying attention, you're talking, you're communicating, you're on the same level of understanding, and it works out because the both of you are really paying attention to what one another needs and you're working towards that 110%. So Capricorn, really love it for you. Happy to see it for you. You know, I think a lot of people sometimes see a certain relationship in life getting a little bit bumpy or going downhill and they immediately think, oh, I got to cut this person off. We're just too different. Well, have you tried to communicate to actually make change happen? And a lot of the time, sometimes people are like, no, not really. I just assumed they weren't going to change. Well, don't assume. You make an ass out of you and me. Okay. With that being said, Cappy, it's about really coming forward and saying, look, if you love me and if I love you and we care about each other, let's switch up this foundation. Let's make it work. And if you both decide to make it work, that's what it's going to be. All right, my Capricorn peeps, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Happy holidays to you guys, and thank you for being here for sure. All right, baby. So the Capricorn is complete. We're going to go ahead now and take a look here at the Aquarius. So what do we got going on here for Team Aqua, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding December 2022. What information is going to be showing up here for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I see the star card. It's in here. It flipped over, right? There's Aquarius. We already got the star coming out here for you. But what do we got for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2022. So we have the star moving along forward. We have the Two of Cups. And then lastly for you, we have here the Five of Wands. All right. So regarding your situation right now, the star card is a card here of alignment, right? It's about feeling like you have something here you're supposed to be invested in, or you have someone here you're supposed to be with. You know, star card usually is that card of like, okay, it's written in the stars. This is supposed to happen. Two of Cups, you have a really close connection to whatever this is. This could be a person, this could be a job, this could be a friend, family member, lover, it could be anything. But you're definitely encountering some obstacles and some challenges. We got here a Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card that can represent frustration, it could represent arguments, it could represent that it just feels like it's so hard to have a coming together when there's always something in the way. That's the kind of vibe you can get with the Five of Wands sometimes. So Aquarius, you're wondering to yourself, something feels really good. I'm happy with something I have in my life. It feels like it's written in the stars, but why is the struggle always real? You know, why is the struggle always real to just be stable and to be happy with what it is I have? Why does it feel like there has to be an obstacle or there has to be a challenge? So this could be in your relationships. It could be in your love relationships, you know, your friendships, your family. It's like, why can't I just be happy with what seems like is written in the stars for me? And why can there, you know, like, why does there always have to be an obstacle is really what it comes down to. I'm trying to reflect because I had a reading for the overall month of December. I don't know if it was you guys, Aquarius, but it was one zodiac sign that had a pretty similar message to this for their reading for December. I'm trying to remember what sign did, but either way, I guess it's not really that relevant. But yeah, you know, I think that we all face challenges and obstacles in our lives. And I think that sometimes if we really put our attention on the obstacles, and if we really put those obstacles on a pedestal, sometimes we tend to get in this mindset that we believe that these obstacles are trying to stand in the way of our happiness or whatever's written in the stars, or whatever is written in the stars for us. I think it's not about the fact that these obstacles are truly in the way of what's making you happy, but I think it's more about that you're allowing them to be in the way of what's making you happy, because that's the belief you're kind of choosing to cling on to at this moment in time. Remember, your beliefs really do make your reality. Your beliefs really do create your reality. And the more kinds of beliefs you're clinging on to is what you're going to perceive. So if you're in the belief right now that, I don't know, I feel like something's written in the stars for me, I'm happy with it, I'm connected to it, but I just feel like there's always something in the way of whatever this is. Like, let's say you love somebody, we're happy together, but there's always something standing in the way of us truly enjoying this happiness. If that's the belief that you have, then I do feel like that could be the type of energies that you're manifesting, even if it's not necessarily what you want. Remember, we are the authors of our own story. We write our own stories. So we always want to be careful if we're writing in a chapter that we don't necessarily like. Okay. So Aquarius, I would just say, I think it's more about putting these challenges on a pedestal and saying they're getting in the way rather than them actually being in the way. All right. So just be careful of that. Don't put the challenges on a pedestal. Everybody has challenges. Conquer those challenges, but just don't let them stand in the way of your, relationship or whatever it is here that's making you happy that you feel like you are destined to be with. Okay. Just let yourself enjoy that destiny. All right. Deal with the challenges on your own time. Okay. All right, baby. So moving along here forward, I hope that message made sense, by the way, but moving along here forward, let's see what we got for Kipper in reference to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout December or mid-December 2022. And what do we have? We have here the Journey card, and we have here marriage. Hello, congratulations to any Aquarians who might be getting married. I'm not sure if you are getting married, but if you are, congratulations to you. So here's what I like for you. The marriage card, let's talk about the symbolism of marriage, right? It's two people becoming one. It's a union. It's kind of similar here to the Star card because when we do feel like we are in our destiny or we're living in our destiny, we feel like we are one with our journey and what we're supposed to be doing. So with the marriage card coming into play here, I feel like this is the universe's way of saying to you, Aquarius, you are in a good place. You are exactly where you need to be. You are in the right spot. Right now is the time to kind of sit back and focus on your journey and to not let anything stand in the way of that. Remember, no matter where we are in our journey, we're always going to have challenges, but don't let those challenges be the main focus. Don't let those challenges overpower the good stuff in front of you. But most importantly, don't look at those challenges and say, hey, they're coming in the way of my path to kind of destroy what it is I have, because I don't believe that to be true. And I think the more you believe that to be true, the more you're going to continue to see it that way and the more distracted you'll become. All right. So try to separate challenges and try to get that, belief more so to speak out of your head that these challenges are what's standing in the way of my one true happiness. Because the more you do that, the more your focus gets away of your one true happiness, right? All right, Aquarius. So hopefully the reading here made sense for you. Hopefully it does resonate here, of course, as well. Just a quick little side story for everybody. I used to be that way all the time. I used to be a big believer that whenever I had something in my life that made me happy, there always had to be a struggle with it. And you know what happened? There was always a struggle with it. Because what would happen here is I would not only manifest these struggles, but I would look at every common struggle I was dealing with in my life and I would say, you were sent here to mess with the good shit I have going on right now in my life, okay? And then I would constantly reinforce into the universe, why can't I ever be happy? Every time I'm happy, there always has to be something that has to come in and fuck it up. I kept reinforcing these beliefs repetitively. And the more that I did that, the more I always found that being the same old story over and over and over again. So change that storyline, okay? Because, it's not a fun storyline to be a part of. So switch it up, okay? Everybody has challenges, but guess what? Those challenges, they don't need to be what's in the way of your happiness. Those can be challenges that you can tackle on your own or even with, a person. If, what your one true happiness is, maybe it is a person for some of you that resonate with that, okay? All right, Aquarius. Much love to you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Happy holidays, all right? And we'll see you guys in the next video. Moving along here forward, though, to the last but not least zodiac sign. Let's have a look here and see what we got going on for the Pisces, baby. What's going on here for the fish? What do we have showing up here for the zodiac sign of Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-December 2022. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-December 2022. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. First card out is going to be the Magician. Next card out is the Four of Wands. And then looking at the last card for you, Pisces, what do we got? And we got here the Seven of Wands. So let's see what's in store here for the fish. Pisces, coming into mid-December for you, Magician card, Four of Wands. So I do feel like what's manifesting here currently for you is a very good amount of stability, but I also feel here, Pisces, that you're kind of on edge. Okay, stability's good, but you're in protection mode here with the Seven of Wands. It's like I'm blocking out anything that can mess with my good things, okay? Anything that can mess with my stability, I'm on edge. I'm on self-preservation and protective mode. Nothing's gonna kill my vibe. So I do feel like there is a bit of protection going on here for you. You know, you're kind of, what's the word that I'm looking for here? I don't know. I can't find it right now because my brain's a little mushy at this point in time, but you're pretty much protecting something that's very valuable to you, whether it's a certain relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it is your money, your job, whoever, your family. You know, you have a really good amount of stability in front of you, which I'm super happy to see for you, but you're also making sure that you're kind of on high alert. And you're on that high alert so that nothing can kind of come in at this time and mess with your stability. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Kipper. Hopefully we can get a little more information here for you, Pisces, just to kind of add a little bit more sense to the read. So what does the Kipper have to say here for Pisces regarding their situation in mid-December 2022? And what do we have? We have here the Coffin card and unexpected income. Interesting. So I do feel like with the Coffin card showing up, kind of gives me a little bit of vibe of like skeletons in the closet. So I don't know if this is about your skeletons in your closet coming out here, Pisces. This could be about your past kind of catching up with you, or it could be about your past being on your mind for some of you. But I do feel for many of you, if it's not about your past being on your mind, it could be about your past showing up again. And you're like, no, I don't want this. Not when something good is here. You know, maybe you're in a new relationship and then ex-boyfriend comes back and you're like, no, because ex-boyfriend was toxic, jealous, and what do they want to do? Ex-boyfriend doesn't like that you have a new boyfriend, so ex-boyfriend wants to try to fuck things up. You're like, no, I'm going to protect my relationship as best as I can. So, you know, it could be a situation like that. Of course, it doesn't have to be, but I do feel like the Coffin card here is kind of representing like the skeletons in your closet coming back on out to play, and you're not too keen or happy about that. So you're making sure that you're protecting your assets. You're protecting whatever is valuable to you at this time. Now, unexpected income could be one thing as well. It could mean literally unexpected income. Could be a bit of a side message for you, Pisces. There could be some sort of unexpected income happening here and manifesting here in mid-December 2022. If that is the case for you, that's fantastic news. Could be unexpected income coming in from a settlement, coming in from a business you started, coming in from work, such as a promotion or something like that. So if that does manifest for you, congratulations, because that is a pretty awesome thing to see. But I also feel on the flip side, unexpected income could kind of represent that unexpectedly, you know, people of your past or the skeletons in your closet did manifest, and it manifested at what you feel was the worst time. It's like, I just got in a new relationship, or I just got a new job, or I just started to get new friends. And why is the skeletons in my closet of the past coming out to play and haunt me? Why is this happening? I really feel like I need to protect what it is I have. I think a really healthy reminder here for you, Pisces, especially for those of you that are protecting a relationship to say at this time, is that if you're with the right person, if you're with a good person, they're not going to judge you for your past. And most importantly, they're not going to take the word of a person of your past over your own. You know, if you're with the right person, be honest with them, tell them what's going on. Don't hide things, hide things from that individual. Just be open and honest about it, right? Let's say your crazy ex-boyfriend's back and he started talking to you and he's up your butt and he's like, I'm going to do everything I can to spite and ruin your relationship. Talk to your partner about it. Show your partner everything, let them know, hey, this is what occurred in my past. This is what happened. This is what this motherfucker's planning, yada, 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 right? And if your situation's different, tune it accordingly to how it resonates to you. But my main point here for you, Pisces, is that don't be worried about losing what you have, because if it is valuable to you, I'm sure they see you as a valuable asset as well. All right. I definitely feel like seeing value is a mutual thing here in mid-December. So whatever it is you're protecting, trust me, you're worth protecting here to them too. Okay, so I wouldn't be worried about being on the extra defensive. Of course, being defensive is a good thing, but don't be afraid and go all out. All right, I don't feel like anything here will be ruined, especially if the skeletons come out to play. I don't think they're going to have any power here, no matter how hard they try. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. I want to thank you guys, Pisces, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down below. And if it's not your story, absolutely no worries. But happy holidays to you, Pisces, and thank you for being here. But with that all being said, guys, thank you all so much for coming out to your mid-December 2022 check-in. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If it happens to resonate to you, you, please do let me know down in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for showing up. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the reasoning why I did the mid-month check-in as a collective video is just because I didn't really have a lot of time to catch up. I was sick a couple weeks ago, and because I was sick, it kind of set me back behind on doing individual sign readings. So I did this in a means to catch up, but I also had a lot of fun. It was actually a pretty chill, laid back and fun reading, so I hope the messages were resonating to everybody in ways that can help them. I know it can't resonate to everyone, but I hope that there were good messages that could help people that needed the message for sure. But regardless, if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that. If you are new here and you enjoy the channel, definitely consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to invite you into the Soul family, okay? But with that being said, everybody, thank you. Love you all so much. If you want to check out my social medias, that's all in the description box below. And have a great and amazing day. Happy holidays to everybody, and I will catch everybody in the next video. Much love to the Soul family, and have yourselves a good one. Later, everybody, and peace.